Dylus reviewing himself. Hello, everybody. Pochik.
Hi, hi everyone.
Hello, welcome. We've got a change of pace today. Hello, everybody. Usually I do it like a chat screen, but you know what? I decided that today we're going to jump straight into the chat. So everybody, welcome Pochik, who is my coach. Coachik tonight.
Pochik? What?
I meant to say
I'm what now?
Yeah, I didn't. I said Pochik, but I meant to say like what's it called? I meant to say, what is it called already? Co-host. Oh my god, I'm
got there eventually.
I'm so sorry. I'm very dumb. But thank you for welcoming my mistake.
No, it's alright. Every mistake is an opportunity.
Yes, so tonight we're gonna take this opportunity to do dog reviews.
Yeah. My favorite topic.
Yeah, let me. Where's my jacket? Okay, I'm gonna put on my jacket. So hello everybody. I'm Eiten Dylus, a mercenary who has now a very great love for dogs and whatnot, and I have discovered another dog lover by the name of Pochik. We both own dogs. Technically, I don't actually own them because
You don't own the dogs own you.
No, that's not okay. You know what? I'll get rid of K-Fabi. I do own the dogs and I love them a lot. The other one is in my room and where is he? He was around here somewhere. So yeah, we earlier on I was thinking about doing this, and I think it was like a spur of a moment thing where I was like, you know what? I want to continue the review series, but I didn't want to do like a tier list. So I was thinking about it, and the best thing was I was thinking like, what's the best thing everyone loves? Pochik, what was that? What do you think that is?
Well, it's obviously dogs, and you can't put dogs in a tier list because every dog's going to be in S tier, and then
exactly. See,
we're going to run out of space. What's even the point of having the other tiers?
Exactly. That's the reason why I did not even like consider tier lists, because even without Pochik's involvement, I realized putting dogs on a tier list is like shooting yourself in the head. You're just gonna die either way.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't let you live if you put any dog under S tier.
Oh, okay. She's threatening me already. My co-host is threatening me. Please send help.
I start as I mean to go on.
Oh no. Anyway, so yes, me and Pochik had a talk. I started out with a Twitter post asking for people's dogs and totally not gonna keep them and just using them as I want to fawn over them, and it kind of evolved.
Yeah, I
And
totally haven't seen your folder full of dog pictures.
hello Oracle, hello Oracle, hello Shinka Dika. Pochik's in the chat.
Hi, Oracle.
Pochik's in the chat. What the hell?
Yeah, I can be in 2 places at once, didn't you know?
Oh no, she's like a teleporting mage. Cruiser is also here earlier on, so yes. We're starting the dog review now, and I'm just clearing up some things that we did during the development process. Is it called the development process or the brainstorming process?
R&D? Research and development?
Yeah, research and development, including very fluffy boys. Yes.
Best kind of research.
Yes, so to recap, there was quite a few dogs that we chose today for the stream, and and is there anything you want to talk about first of all about dogs? Do you want to catch up viewers of what a dog is?
What a dog is. Well, if you can imagine, if pure love and adorableness were to take a physical form, that's about what a dog is. That's about accurate.
She speaks facts. So yes, dogs are very cute. A bit hard to keep in our country personally, but like anywhere else, if you have a dog, you're set for life.
Yeah, I mean, if my dogs don't both come in here barking at absolutely nothing before the end of this review, then something is going on. Either they're barking at nothing, or they're doing something they shouldn't do. So, I do expect that sooner or later.
Okay, so and then we kind of brainstorm around reviewing certain dogs and whatnot, and we got some very interesting submissions. And you know what, Pochik was like, why not we submit our own dogs as well?
Absolutely, it's only fair.
Yes, so both
they have to be judged as well.
Yeah, they have to be judged. We'll be judging like generally like the basis of it is we'll be judging the dogs based on the breed. So any other dogs, special dogs that come out, we'll talk about them after that. So yeah. So like first we start off with the breeds, and then if there's any notable dogs that follow that tier, we will try and talk about them in detail and personal experiences with them.
Oh yeah, I have got 1,000,001 dog stories, so prepare to be here for several hours.
And
I'm joking, I can't talk for that long. I mean, I could, but I won't.
It's okay. I worked in a retail store with a lot of puppies, so I do have a lot of stories to share about the dogs and how I kept take care of them.
Oh, I've been waiting for this.
Yes. It got a sad start, but I made it very much happier.
Oh, I'm glad.
Okay, so
that's the rule of a story about dogs. There has to be a happy ending.
Okay, so basically, what's it called? Let me just. All right, so to prevent us from going overboard with the dog review, I think both of us decided on like a 10-minute cap limit on how long we can talk about the dogs, like presentation. Except we have to find.
Otherwise, we will be here forever.
Oh yeah, we'll be here like forever talking about like one certain breed of dogs, and if you can check the clock in the middle, that will probably help us out with that as well.
Yeah, call us out. Tell us when we've been gushing for too long.
Yeah, the dogs are too much for us. Help!
And trapped under all the cuteness.
I know. Okay, I'm gonna put Pochik up a bit louder. I think. Can you speak?
I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're pretty loud, but that's okay. That's pretty good actually. So yes. Shall we start, Pochik?
Sure. I can put my microphone sensitivity up, by the way, if you like. If I'm cutting off.
No, it's okay. I just want to put you a bit louder. But all right. So let's start. What is our first dog that we're gonna review tonight, or this morning for Pochik?
Yeah, well, it's 1 p.m, so I've had my lunch and I am full of energy for this. So yeah, go, first dog.
All right, first dog. Okay, give me a second. All right, first dog, and we're starting the timer now. We're gonna start off with a Yorkshire Terrier. So look at him go.
So cute, Yorkies.
Yes, Yorkies are very cute animals, and fun fact, they may look cute now, but they're vicious hunters.
Yeah.
They were
my dog is one of my dogs. He's not a Yorkie, but he does have that sort of face, that little teddy bear face.
Yes, I love Yorkies because I also have one. We'll talk about him in a little bit, but I guess I'm qualified to talk about like the bit of history about Yorkies because I read up a bit about them, and interestingly enough, they're actually sheepdogs or dog dogs.
Huh?
That's a bit
Dog
odd.
dogs.
Dogs. They're bred for
Dog.
dog. Is it DOCK DOG? Dogs. It's basically the
I like dog better.
dog. It sounds like the old game dog.
Dog.
So basically, Yorkshire Terriers are well, as far as I could find out from my research back in the years ago, Yorkshire Terriers are bred to catch rats in warehouses, so that's why they're very small and very fluffy and whatnot. They're very easy to keep, and from my grooming experience, having a Yorkshire Terrier is actually much easier to keep than say long-haired dogs because their hair doesn't fall out as much, and you can wash them pretty easily.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a whole category of dogs like that, and one of mine is in that category where their hair doesn't really fall out, but you do have to cut it.
Yeah.
So you get less shedding.
Yes.
And you have to groom them.
Yes, indeed. So yes, Yorkshire Terriers are easy to keep, and they're very naughty. Actually, the thing about it, I think my dog is like sweet and all that, but I've seen Yorkshire Terriers who will not stop running around in circles.
Yeah, they're just little balls of energy.
I know, they're so cute, which is why they're wasted as apartment dogs.
Oh, I actually do have a story about a Yorkshire Terrier I met once. It was a long time ago. If you'll hear my story, I'll tell you.
Don't worry, we got time.
It puts my heart in my mouth when I just think about it. I was visiting some family in Italy, and they took us to a local restaurant, and this adorable Yorkshire Terrier puppy, just so tiny, he was a teeny tiny Yorkshire Terrier puppy, was on a lead, and the lead was hooked under the legs of one of the restaurant tables. And I went over to pet him, but I moved the chair, and this little Yorkie, he went running for the door, out the door, down the street, and I was wearing like my holiday sandals, and I went as fast as I have ever run in my life. I threw myself after him, just did like a rugby dive, and managed to land myself on top of the end of this dog's lead and bring him back. And the child who owned the dog was just looking at me with daggers. And to this day, when I think about it, it puts my heart in my throat, thinking, what if I hadn't managed to catch him?
No.
But he was fine, and he was very cute and very excited about the big adventure he had. But I was so worried.
Yeah, okay. My Yorkshire Terrier just woke up. Oh no, he's just waiting at the door there.
Oh, good morning.
Yes, my
What's his
Yorkshire
name?
Morris. My Yorkshire Terrier is named Morris. So we'll talk about Morris in a little bit. It's spelled Maurice.
Good morning, Morris.
Yeah, he's just kind of staring at the door because he wants to be let out. I'm gonna let the door open this time around because the dogs will usually come in, and there's a cat in the house, but don't worry about that. We're not gonna talk about him.
Yeah, cats are another day. Separate video.
Cats another day, separate video. So basically,
Yeah.
the pros of owning a Yorkshire is that, well, it's a small enough breed. I think, would you consider this a toy breed?
I think so, but I think toys are like sub-breeds. Like you can get a Yorkshire Terrier and then a toy Yorkshire Terrier. Similar to how you can get standard poodles and then toy poodles, and then you get teacup poodles, but we'll talk about them later, I'm
yes,
sure.
teacup poodles are like interesting things, but a teacup Yorkshire would be like, how do you raise that thing without like accidentally walking on him? Like, it scares me.
Oh, I think the smallest dog that ever lived was a teacup Yorkshire Terrier, and she was 2.5 inches tall.
And yeah, I don't know. The idea of teacup terriers is actually kind of scary. It's usually
That was adorable.
especially when you're like a naturally clumsy person and you just don't know where anything is, and you just see like, the dog's right there.
Yeah. When my dog was a puppy, he used to get underneath the wardrobe, like in that tiny gap between the wardrobe and the floor.
Oh no!
And I don't know how they managed to get in these tiny places, but imagine keeping a teacup Yorkshire Terrier. That would be almost impossible to keep track of.
That's like nightmarish stuff. Oh my god.
It was impossible to keep him penned in anywhere. If he wanted to go somewhere, he was small enough to get there.
Yeah, I know. It's just hard to keep something like that. So, let me see here. Now that we are talking about Yorkshire Terriers and we have elapsed the time, I guess now we can move on to my own Yorkshire Terrier. As you guys can see here, it's gonna come up right now. There you go. This is my dog. This is Morris. He's sitting on my bed, and it's early afternoon, so he just kind of sleeps on the bed and he just stares at you.
Oh, look at that little face.
Just looks
There's eyes.
Oh, where is he? I'm gonna go get him. Give me a second. You can follow me.
I love him. Actually, he looks a lot like that little Yorkie that escaped way back when I was in Italy. Got that little look on his face that says, "Let me do whatever I want." And very well groomed as well.
And yes, I have my dog here. He's actually in front of me, like sitting on my lap. Would you like to say anything, Morris? He looks kind of scared.
Oh no, Morris! I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Are we too intimidating?
It's the first time he's ever been on camera. You gotta give him some credit. He's been camera shy. Yeah.
He doesn't want anything to do with this streamer lifestyle. He's an old-fashioned dog.
Yes, he's like a down to earth kind of dog. He's licking me a lot. All right, so yes, Morris is not an exception. He's got a lot of energy, but sometimes he's just a bit miserable. I don't know how to put it. It's like sometimes he has a sad face. Like you can see right now on the screen, he has like a sad face going on. It's like, where are you taking me, brother? It's like, oh no. So
yeah,
yes,
he's got the teary-eyed look on him.
Yeah, that's the thing. Actually, Yorkshire Terriers are really good at the teary-eyed look. You're kind of scary.
Oh, it makes me want to cuddle him and give him treats.
Oh yes, treats. See, he's on the couch. Yeah, and every time he goes near something, he has to lick it. Oh,
that is so cute.
yes,
Oh, I'm gonna be saying that a lot today. Oh, so cute.
I know. So yeah, I guess you can say Yorkshire Terriers. Well, they have a bit of an ear thing where you have to clean it up quite often. But other than that, their hair amount, it grows. It doesn't grow that long, but it can get quite messy because a lot of championship Yorkshires are very long hair. I've seen them quite fairly often, and they're kind of scary.
Yeah, I vaguely remember seeing a championship Yorkshire when I went to a dog expo in London, and they had examples from all the various breeds. They can get really hairy, huh?
Yep. They can get really hairy. And now that we're on the topic of this dog, I guess I can talk about like the story where it kind of was similar to yours, but kind of scared the crap out of me because I was keeping Morris with my auntie, and he was there for a while, and we were out of town. And then I got this call that, one of your dogs, he kind of ran out into a neighborhood, into a neighborhood with like lots of like big mongrels and whatnot. I was like, oh my freaking god!
Oh no!
Like, luckily a neighbor found him and took shelter of him, but like it makes me want to hug him more. I'm gonna hug him more right now. I'm scared.
Oh, that's scary just to think about.
Yeah, I know.
I'm glad that I live in a fairly rural area, but there is a motorway that runs quite near my house, like a highway. I touched wood. I hope they'd never get to it, but there have been dogs that have gotten onto the highway before and gotten hit. So it's just my worst nightmare. Worst nightmare.
So yeah, it is scary owning something this small. If you like live in a bungalow in Malaysia, it's actually easy to like lose them. So yeah, keep your gates clean. Keep your gates like really well gated, because otherwise the small dogs are just gonna run away, and you don't want that.
Yeah.
All right. So as I look at the clock now, we are approaching our 10-minute limit. We don't want to get the audience to bonkers. So what is our verdict, Pochik?
Wow, these dogs are seriously cute. Like, I know I don't own one, but I am a massive fan. I've had so many good memories of them. I'm gonna have to go with an 11 out of 10. If that's allowed, I'd like to go for 11 out of 10.
Yeah. You know what? I think it's the same for me, because partially I have like not partially. I have like a huge bias for Yorkshires because I have one. So you know what?
Yeah.
Even
fine.
considering how their temperament is very sometimes quite moody. You know what? I'm happy to give this dog breed an 11 out of 10. There it is on the screen.
Yay!
This is on the screen, everybody. We're giving this dog an 11 out of 10. If you ever consider about owning a dog, the Yorkshire Terrier might be for you. Okay,
yes,
so
good.
All right. So, let us move on to the next candidate. Do you have anything in mind to say about this next candidate? Hold on.
Well, let me see. Who is it? I'm on a bit of a delay because I'm looking at the image on the stream, so I'll have to wait till it comes up.
Is there like a thing, like a time limit? Hold on. There's like a.
Is there?
Wait, is there like a delay?
Oh well, I'm looking at the stream so I can see what you put on the stream. So there's a few seconds delay between you saying something and then you putting something up on the screen.
Oh no, that's really bad. Okay, so for the next one, we'll be looking at this dog. What is this dog, Pochik?
Drum roll while I wait for it to come up.
It's really.
He's so cute.
Yes.
Now that looks like. German Spitz?
Yes, it is German Spitz. So
Yes,
this is.
I know these ones very well.
Yep. So what can you tell us about a German Spitz?
So German Spitz, they were bred down from Finnish Spitz, and they look kind of the same as that, but they're husky-sized, and they were used as sled dogs.
Oh.
So they bred those down into German Spitz, which are about the size of, like maybe a little bigger than a Yorkshire Terrier. That they're about maybe 9 kilograms. And then they bred those down into Pomeranians, which are the teeny tiny little fluffy ones. So they're somewhere between the two.
I see.
So yeah, they were originally sled dogs, but German Spitz were bred more as companion dogs. So they have a lot of energy and they're very intelligent. And I have one, and his name is Toby, and he's a big cutie, and he's watching me from the doorway right now.
My dad just scolded my other dog because he was making a lot of noise.
Yeah, I can hear him going off in the background.
Yeah, sorry. My other dog, which will we review. My brain is dying. So anyway, I have another dog. We're gonna review him later, but for now, we're gonna focus on the German Spitz. Now, do you know anything else about the German Spitz that might be interesting for everybody?
Well, I can tell you a little about mine, but in terms of the dog breed, they're pretty unusual. They're like a show breed. They're mostly bred for, like pedigree showing. I got mine from a rescue shelter, but that's very rare. They're very rarely found in rescue shelters because if you were to buy one, they would usually cost like 4 figures. In England, maybe between £1,000 and £3,000.
I see.
My one's neutered, so financially he's worth nothing, but he's worth the world to me. But they usually are sort of bred for showing. They do shed, but they shed only twice a year. So once after summer and then once after winter, he has a big blowout and drops all his fur, and then grows a new coat. But they got super, super soft, fluffy fur. This one in the picture is he looks a little bit scraggly, but Toby, he's very, very fluffy.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of Toby. And Pochik, you have another dog, right?
I do. I have Miku, and he's a Chihuahua Lapso cross.
Yes,
so he looks a lot like a Yorkshire Terrier.
Hello, hello.
He's black and white.
Hello, Hunter. Kami, welcome to the stream. Yes, we are now reviewing our second dog, the German Spitz, and Pochik's dog happens to be one of these breeds. Now, actually, on my end, I've actually never seen this dog breed in Malaysia.
Really?
Yeah, is it because this dog breed is more on the temperate side?
So this dog needs really cold weather because they are originally from Finland. They can't stand the heat at all. If it's a hot day here, I mean, a hot day in England is like 25 degrees, and that's too much for Toby. He gets really, really upset, and he just wants to lay out on the tile floor and do nothing. So I don't think he'd cope with being in Malaysia. If it's snowing outside, on the odd day we get snow, he'll love to run around in the snow, and he has absolutely no problem matter how freezing it is.
Dude, like if we can like dedicate a section to talking about dogs playing in the snow, and it's like the cutest thing in my head right now.
Absolutely. If only I'd thought of it, I would have sent you a video of Toby playing in the snow, but I didn't think of it ahead of time. But yeah, he loves the snow, but I don't think they would do very well in Malaysia because you guys have it really hot, and I just think he would have to be indoors in the aircon all the time. He would never be able to go outside.
Yeah, that's pretty true, because a lot of the dog breeds that I see, like when I was traveling in Europe, a lot of them are breeds I don't see in Malaysia because I think they are suited for temperate climates, which is more like 4 seasons, whatnot. You get summer and then you get winter, and a lot of the dogs that are seen there can handle the winter. I'm not sure if the Yorkshire can handle winter. He's just sitting at the door very sad now.
Oh, we have loads of Yorkshire here. I mean, Yorkshire is in England, so I guess that says something.
There's Yorkshire pudding as well.
Don't get me started on Yorkshire pudding. That's a whole nother tier list.
My goodness.
I love Yorkshire pudding.
All right, so now that we're on the topic of a German Spitz, we're going to switch over to the photograph of Pochik's own German Spitz, and you can see your other dog there. So yes, Dika, this is the reason why this particular breed is exclusive to Europe, because mostly the climate there is, well, better suited for dogs like German Spitz, and there'll be quite a few dogs that we'll be reviewing that also will be more native to Europe. But I don't know. It's up to you actually to decide that, because I see some dogs that are here, but they are more preferably in colder climates. So I'm not sure how their owners keep them. It's a bit strange.
Yeah. It's I think that you do see a lot of different dogs. When I went to Japan, I saw a lot of teeny tiny dogs that are just not available here at all, because I guess people there live in pretty small apartments, that sort of thing, so it's a bit easier for them.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a video of Toby playing in the snow, but because I don't have Discord Nitro, I can't send it to you. I'll try and get it uploaded while I talk a bit about him, and then I can
No.
then I can show you it.
Oh no.
But anyway,
Toby's on the screen right now. So Toby is a dog German Spitz on the left. As you can see, Pochik has done a wonderful job of grooming him.
you give me way too much credit. He actually hardly takes any grooming. Occasionally he'll get a little snaggle in him, and I have to really pick out that snaggle, but for the most part, he hardly takes any grooming. And when I got him, they told me that he was going to take a ton of grooming, and I was going to have to brush him every day. And I'm sure that I could, and I'm sure he would hate that because he hates being brushed. But he really doesn't need it. But yeah, he was a rescue dog. He was abandoned at a pound in Ireland, and then he was brought over to the UK to a shelter here, and we adopted him. And he's just like loving it. He knows. I think he knows what he's got. He's pretty excited to be home. And Miku on the right, he is a grumpy old man. Such a grumpy old man. I love him to bits, but he's so grumpy. But I have a few good stories about Miku. For example, one time, this was many years ago, I had to go away on holiday, and I left him with my neighbors who have a couple of cats. And the neighbors put all their cat food in their garage, where there's only a cat door to get through into there, so Miku wouldn't be able to get it. Mm-hmm. But as I said earlier, he is small enough to get wherever he wants, so he absolutely got through that cat door and ate the cat food every day until, after about a week in, he got too fat to get through the cat door and got stuck in it.
It's awesome.
And he got stuck halfway through the cat door.
Oh my god, you can just see his butt sticking out.
Shame.
Where Doggo? Hello, Prats. Well, Doggo from Monsanto Stories. Oh, don't worry. That's down the line. Oh, wait. Did I spoil anything? No, I did not, right?
I've just sent you a video. I don't know if you're able to show it on stream, but it should be in your DMs of Toby enjoying the snow.
Oh, yeah. It's Jib. Yeah. I'm looking at it right now. It's Toby. Let me see if I can put it as...
And Miku's in it too, although he's not as keen on the snow. He'll go out for a minute or two and then he'll get bored of it.
No. Okay, so, let me see if I can get this GIF on the screen. Give me a second, yes? We're going to see both of the dogs on the stream right now. Give me a second. So while I do that, is there any care tips you would like to give for, is there like problems taking care of Toby? Is there any special problems or like special things?
Well, I would say, well, they've both got different hair types. So Miku's the same as Yorkshire Terrier. He doesn't shed. His hair just grows and grows, which actually, even though he doesn't look like it, he takes way more grooming than Toby. I have to brush him all the time, and I'm always taking dreadlocks out of his fur as well, because it just mats right up. And that's partly because he's an old man, so he's got very wiry fur. And his eyes are starting to go a bit milky, and he's starting to get a little wobbly on his feet. Oh, there you go.
There you go. There you go. That's them playing in the snow. And you can see he's just having a little bit of a munchie in the snow. And you know what? It's actually cool because I've never seen a lot of snow. Like when it snowed in Stockholm, I was just like... It's actually snowing.
Yeah, this is my back garden, but that's nowhere near the most snow we've had. One year we had it where it was up to our knees, and Toby loved that. Like, he was jumping in ditches.
I see Miku just like going for the snow.
Yeah, Miku goes out there, he has a little go at the snow, and then he realizes that snow is cold and he doesn't like cold, and he comes back inside.
Yeah, just like a grumpy old man. He just goes out, wants to eat food, but he doesn't like it. Okay, so
I like to throw snowballs for them. They don't understand what snowballs are and how they work.
That is so cute. All right, so we're nearing the end of this segment. So how would you like your dog? How would you rate this particular breed of dog?
Well,
pros and cons.
See, now we're coming up. So I guess the pros are they're both very loving. Toby's very loving in a very yandere way, like he wants you to get all your attention all the time. And Miku's more of a tsundere. He loves everybody, but he would never let you know it. He just quietly loves everybody.
He describes the dogs in anime terms. That is so cute.
Yeah, the yandere and tsundere, absolutely. And I'm always telling Miku to stop being such a tsuntsun, but
oh my
they're both very sweet.
Oh my goodness.
But obviously they take a lot of work. Toby more than Miku, because Miku's an old man, so he just wants to sleep all day.
no,
but Toby...
Uh-oh, guess what time is it? We spelled the time, so
No!
I have to bonk you. Ah!
No! It took too long.
So every time the timer happens, we have to bonk something. So what? Okay, so let's try.
I will rate them.
All right, so.
And I mean, they're my dogs, so if you'll let me, I think I'd like to give them 11 out of 10 again. Is that allowed?
You know what? I also come. It's a two-part thing. We're partners, so it also has to come from my opinion as well.
Yeah. Okay. Will you let me have this one, or are you gonna override me? What do you think?
You know what? I agree with most of the points. Dogs are like finicky things, and if you can take care of them quite well, they'll still be quite well. So you know what? I'll also give this one an 11 out of 10. All right, guys.
Excellent.
Excellence.
They'll be proud. Miku would be deeply upset if you gave him anything less.
Wow, she's already saying, oh, she's gonna be really upset. All right. So while I picked the other dog, what do you have any other stories about dogs that you have in your mind?
Well, Toby has this one neat trick. Let me see if I can call him over. Toby, come here.
Oh my gosh, she's calling him over. Oh my goodness.
Now, Toby knows when he's being complimented, so I can say stuff like, Toby, are you orange? Toby, do you want to go to the cinema?
Are you orange?
Toby, you special man?
Oh, that is so cute.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Toby, am I going to go shopping today? Toby, I love you.
Oh my goodness, it's so cute. You know what?
Yeah,
Dogs like
he knows the difference between...
You know what,
He knows the difference between a compliment and something normal.
Yes, that's true. Okay, so for the next dog, apparently I didn't get a photo of this dog, and I feel really guilty.
Oh no!
Oh no! Okay, you know what? I'm quickly getting that picture right now. Give me a second.
Well, yeah. Toby is standing behind me expectantly now. He wants more compliments.
He wants more compliments?
You're a special man, Toby. You special man.
Oh my... Oh my god.
Okay.
It's so
cute. Your participation, homie.
Did you just call him homie? Alright.
Toby.
Alright, so we're gonna go on the next dog, and this dog is something a little bit special because it can be found in both places, but it's much more rare in Malaysia. So the dog that we're gonna be discussing is the Shetland Sheepdog.
Ah, yes, a lassie dog.
A lassie,
as it's sometimes known.
Yes, so a Shetland Sheepdog. I don't have any personal stories about this one, so
I've encountered a few of them, mostly up north in the UK in the Lake District, where it's quite mountainous. There's a lot of farms, a lot of fields. These guys are super intelligent and super energetic, so that kind of place suits them really well.
Ah, I see. So, from the name judging, I guess they were bred for herding sheep. And look at that face. You see that face? That's a really cute face.
Yeah, and they got such long noses.
I know.
I mean, this one you've got from the front, but from the side, they look like they're stretched out.
Yeah, they're like sausages. No.
Sausage dogs is a whole other topic, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the sausage dogs in a bit. But this dog is in particular quite sweet, and this comes from Twitter user. We're reviewing Shetland Sheepdogs because of Twitter user Friggin, who has 2 pairs of Shetland Sheepdogs. Now let me just look at the names right here. Friggan's dogs are called Potter and Hazel. I presume they're named after Harry Potter and is there a character called Hazel Potter?
I don't know. Those are very cute names though. I think they suit a Sheltie for sure.
Yes,
they're very
definitely
cozy, homely names.
Yep.
So I like those.
Yep.
And they don't always have this long hair. Some of them have shorter hair, same sort of texture, but just shorter hair.
I see. So do you have any personal stories of a Shetland Sheepdog? Because personally, I've never encountered them. So yeah.
I do have one story, which was it was up in the Lake District, which is the northern part of England, where we have a lot of mountains. A lot of people go climbing, hiking there. It's not super extreme, but it is a little dangerous. So they have a number of rescue dogs working up there. And they have a lot of border collies, but they also have Shelties. And when, sorry?
Oh no, sorry, I was greeting someone else. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So I was out on a hike up there, going up a mountain, and I encountered a lady with a Sheltie, who was training as a rescue dog. So if somebody gets lost or injured up in the mountain, This dog would find them and take them, like water, any medical supplies, to keep them going until humans could get a helicopter out to them if they're somewhere that's not easily accessible. So she showed us some of the tricks this dog could do. For example, she had him come between our legs and lay down between our legs, and then we could tell him to stay, and then go, like, touch a rock or go fetch a ball and come back. He's so intelligent.
Shetland, so from the sounds of it, the Shetland Sheepdog is actually not only like a good herding dog, but I can see insanely intelligent as well. From the way that it can be trained to go up mountains and find water sources for lost hikers. Was it hikers?
Yeah, I think they mostly use border collies, but I've seen 1 or 2 Shelties used for this as well. I think any breed is acceptable for that job as long as they have the capability, but obviously some breeds are more inclined to do it than others. So I think Shelties it's not so common, but it is one of the breeds they use.
I see.
Border collies.
Yeah, that's good.
But border collies are kind of similar.
Border collies. Yeah, let me look up the picture because I didn't choose a border collie to be reviewed because I don't really have much experience with border collies. I'm pretty sure you have it, but let's try and focus on Lassies first. So border collies from my brief time, I've only seen one, and they're very
really
only seen one in Malaysia. Shetland Sheepdogs only like once, and I don't know, they're very rare breeds. I guess it's because would you say they're more suited for temperate climates?
Yeah, they're very common in the UK. Border collies especially are very common because they're used for farming work to herd sheep and to protect herds and to alert the farmer if there's predators, although we don't have so much of a problem with that, mostly for herding sheep. So yeah, they're actually, border collies especially, and to some extent Shelties, are very common in the UK. They're a little bit less common to keep as domestic dogs because they're so intelligent and full of energy that they'll break things if you don't constantly give them something to do.
That brings up like the other point with like big dogs or dogs that are excessively intelligent and naughty. It's like we don't keep them entertained and they'll just destroy everything.
Have you had any experience with that?
My dog likes to pee on everything.
That I can empathize with. I've had the same problem.
Oh yes, that is just always something that just kind of happens, but it's okay. All right, so now while we still have time, we're gonna look up Friggin, and I don't know if Friggin has any other stories, so we're gonna look at Friggin's dogs. So as they're going to appear on the screen right about now. These are Potter and Hazel, and as from the picture I can tell, they are very young lassies, very puppy.
They're so baby. Look at them.
Yes, Friggin. If you're watching this, Friggin, they are insanely cute, and I'm pretty sure, from the description it says Potter and Hazel the day we brought them home. So yes, I think these are puppies actually.
Yeah, well, you usually bring puppies home around 12 weeks, so I wonder if they must be at least 12 weeks, but they can't be more than a few months old. They're so small.
Let's look at their ears. They're so tall.
Yeah, their ears are so big compared to the size of their face. I guess their ears they'll grow into them.
Yeah, and then the other one has like floppy ears as well.
Oh, I know you're particularly into dogs with floppy ears.
I know floppy ear dogs are like the best. It's just like you can just play like.
It's so cute.
So yes, floppy ear dogs are like the best thing in the world. And
I wonder if that has something to do with needing to clean the ears if they're a floppy-eared dog, because there may be higher chance of infection. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I've never had to with Miko and Toby.
Yeah, with the what's it called? With the way I was trained as a dog groomer, like cleaning up the ears is one of the most important aspects of keeping a dog's health in check, because ear mites can grow in their ear canals. So usually you put ear powder and you pull out their hair and then you clean it out with a substance. In this case, I use...
You pull out the hair?
Yeah, the ear powder makes the hair lose moisture, which makes it easier to pluck out, so it doesn't cause as much discomfort. Because if it's moisture, it's just stuck there.
So why don't you trim it? Why pull it?
It's hard to trim without hurting the ear inside, actually.
Oh, I see.
Especially when you like find it, especially when their ears are sensitive, they will resist and they will stop moving, and you don't want to cut them accidentally. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
well, my dogs don't even like being brushed, so I can't imagine they'd ever let me pluck their ear hair.
Yeah, it's like I understand that as well, because there are times where I would cut my dog's fingers and my their nails, and oh no, like the way I cut sometimes I can't tell, especially when you cut a dog with black nails. I'm not sure if lassies have black fingernails, but if they have, right, it's really hard to cut a black nail. You can't see where the flesh is, and if you cut it accidentally, the only warning you have is that, oh god, it's blood. It's just blood everywhere.
Oh no.
It's
I don't know if this is true, but I wonder if it's got something to do with the fur at the base of the nail, because Miku has got almost all black fingernails, except one that is white, but then the fur at the base of that nail is white, so I don't know if that makes a difference.
I see. Yeah. That could be it. So, yeah, we're coming to the end already. Oh, 9 seconds before I get bonked. What's your opinion on the lassie breed?
Oh, well, now I've been leading the way the last couple of ones, so I'm going to let you have first say on this. What do you think?
I'm gonna bonk myself. Hold on. I gotta bonk myself like because
That's you.
Okay, so for me, lassies from the tell of it, they're very intelligent dogs, and if you can train them to do a task as specific as going through someone's, I think every dog can do that, right? But lassies in particular, they seem to have a very I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking at postures like, oh, brain big. But you know what? But I don't know. Lassies, the pros is that they're very intelligent. If you got a big enough space to lead them and a very accepting community, I guess lassies can live with a lot of people at once. But if you live in an apartment like mine, keeping a lassie is a no-no because the space is very limited.
I can imagine it would be very difficult in an apartment.
Yes, but I can't imagine like the hair as well. I'm not sure how the hair works, or whether they're long hair.
It looks similar to Toby, so I wonder if they had a type that shed twice a year.
So yes, we have to deal with that as well. But with the pros always outweigh the cons in this situation, because in exchange, if you can keep up with any dog, you get a companion who will follow you for life and will love you unconditionally. So for lassies, they have the extra flu factor and smartness. So you know what? I think I'm going to give this one an 11 out of 10. What about you, Pochik?
11 out of 10. So I love, I've never actually seen the original Lassie films, but I love the look of the dogs, and obviously they've got that Lassie fame, and I'm so impressed by how intelligent they are. They're much smarter than Miku, who's a little bit, either he pretends to be dumb or he just is dumb, but Lassie dogs, Shelties, they're so intelligent, so I'm gonna go with 11 out of 10 just for that.
Yeah, you know what? We have to agree on that. 11 out of 10 as well.
And for Potter and Hazel as well. We can't give Potter and Hazel anything less than 11
Potter
out of 10.
and Hazel's eyes and toys show that friggin' you are raising your dogs in the right way, and I really hope if they're older now, they are living successful lives with both with you and your wife. Congratulations, you have a pair of beautiful puppies and adult dogs now.
Congratulations on your fur babies.
Oh my god, now you sound like a grandmother. Okay, so while I pick the next dog to review, what do you guys have to say? For you guys in the audience have any dog stories? You can fill them out in the comments in the box below, and we'll try and discuss about it. But for now, we're going to look at a very strange, is it considered a breed? This is more of like a general thing, but the next dog's breed that we're gonna look at is technically called a mongrel. These are so these are dogs with, usually they're found on the streets as strays, but you know, they're considered like a mix of genetics, so you can't really tell what dog they come from. I think mostly they come from retrievers mixed with like other dogs, but there's no categorizing.
I guess it depends. Yeah, it depends where you are as to what cross they'll be, because I've seen mongrels or mutts or crossbreeds, however you want to call them, in the shelters here that much more resemble sausage dogs and Yorkshire Terriers, and especially Jack Russells. You get a lot of Jack Russell type mongrels here because they're such a common dog.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. It's like the term mongrel denotes something negative, and for my situation, after I told that story about my Yorkshire almost potentially being eaten by a mongrel, I am kind of scared of them, but that's mostly because they're strays and, you know, territorial. So this is the dog of a user named Charles, and I forgot to ask them the name. Let me see if they updated me on the name of his dogs. No, he did not. I'm sad. It was my fault. So
that's okay. This is a very handsome boy regardless of his name.
Yes, so as you can see here, very striking eyes. Like, look at them, man. Very handsome.
I think mongrels or crossbreeds, they tend to be really healthy because often pure breeds will have some inbreeding somewhere up down the line, or they'll have some trait that's been emphasized so much it can cause some health problems. Whereas crossbreeds just tend to be healthier in general, on average.
Yeah, actually, and I think mongrels also benefit from this because if in the case of my region, they're more resistant to disease in some way. At least like if they get hurt, they can recover more quickly than pure breeds. Because my dog right now has some kind of skin issue. Kind of happens to a lot of dogs, but I think strays, right? If you see a skin issue, it should either go away if you help them recover, and after that they'll recover a lot faster than like other dogs.
Yeah. So Miku has a skin condition as well, and he's a cross of two breeds. But he's had a skin condition, but I think that what was I gonna say? You know, I've done something that you've done, and which I've completely lost my train of thought. But something else I was gonna say was we actually don't have very many strays here in the UK. They're very hot on it, and there's a lot of shelters, like charitable organisations, private organisations. So if you see a dog on the street, almost guaranteed it's escaped a garden. Like there is a next to zero chance that it is a stray because there are just no stray dogs here.
Oh, that's interesting because that kind of idea, I guess, is a difference between our countries as well. Because
I don't. The only time I've ever seen a stray is when I've travelled abroad. I've never seen a genuine stray dog in the UK.
All right, so would you want to talk about your experience with stray dogs?
Actually, I do have one story, although this one is about a German Shepherd Labrador cross, so I guess he is kind of a mongrel, technically. This only happened a few weeks ago. I was out walking my two dogs, and this huge dog, and he looked mostly German Shepherd, but we found out later he was German Shepherd Labrador cross. Huge dog, jumped out of the bushes, started chasing around us, sniffing up my dog's butts, which they hated, and growled at him for. He was obviously pretty young, full of energy, and so I stood around with him waiting for his owner to come around the corner, but the owner never came. And so I told Mr. Pochik, I told him, take our dogs home, I'll stay with this dog, bring back a lead, and we'll have to take him to the vets to get his microchip checked, because of course, in the UK it's a legal requirement that you have to have your dog microchipped with your data on.
Okay, that's interesting. That's not even a precaution here. Like, it's actually mandatory to get your dog's microchipped here through collars and whatnot.
Yeah, it's mandatory to have a microchip, and it's mandatory to have a tag on the collar, but in this case he didn't have a tag, so I don't know whether the owners just didn't care to follow that rule, or maybe he'd lost it somewhere. But I stayed with this dog while my husband ran home to go and drop our dogs off and get a lead and bring it back. And this guy did not want to stay still. He was enormous. There's no way I could pick him up or hold him still. He was way too strong, and he did not want to be held still.
No.
But eventually Mr. Pochik came back with a lead, and between us we managed to wrestle this lead onto the dog's collar, because he did have a collar but there was no tag on it. And then it took both of us holding onto the lead to get him to the vets, and he wanted to pull in every direction. He pulled me off my feet because he was so strong. I've still got bruises on me from when he pulled me off my feet.
When was this, actually?
This was like 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago, and you still have the bruises?
Yeah, I got pretty badly bruised because I was only wearing flip-flops, like sandals.
Oh, good lord. Are you okay?
I mean, I was bruised and scratched, but he wasn't trying to hurt me.
Yeah.
He was just very young and very strong.
So he just didn't know what was going on, I guess.
Yeah, he was just like out on a big adventure. He didn't have his owner. He was probably a bit scared.
I see.
So between me and my husband, we managed to walk him the mile to the vet's clinic.
I see.
And the vet scanned his collar and said, yeah, he does have an owner, and we'll call them.
Ooh.
So yeah, the vet called up the owner. And apparently they said that all the doors and windows were locked. Well, this has happened afterwards, after he'd gone home. I got a call from the owner's teenage child, and from the tone of his voice, I could tell that his mum was standing behind him, almost with a gun to his head. And he said, I really don't know what happened. All the doors and windows were locked. I swear I didn't let him out.
Oh my goodness.
They say he must have jumped over the 7-foot fence.
7-foot
and gotten out.
fence? That's
But this
crazy.
dog was enormous. Yeah, his name was Rocky, and he had a
Rocky.
big, exciting adventure that
Rocky
day.
Balboa, more like it. Okay, so we're gonna look at a bunch.
Yeah.
We're gonna look at a few videos submitted by Charles. So for more
Yes.
information, we have a few dogs submitted by some of the few people, and their videos actually, which is very interesting. So we're gonna look at the first video, which is Charles's dog, a mongrel playing fetch. I don't know what to call the dog, so there's no name. So we're gonna watch it. Let's see.
Mm.
He's learning.
No.
I mean, you're doing better, I guess.
Oh, look, it bounces off of his nose. That's
What else
so
did he
cute.
find?
Right?
So yes, this is a video of Charles's dog, and then he has a second video where he plays fetch.
Yeah.
And as you can see, I got the screenshot from this video because
Really?
the mongrel
Not
breed,
gonna-
the mongrel breed has a lot of dogs. It's like if I put one certain picture of a mongrel, you will probably not find out about it, and you'll be like super confused and whatnot. So that's why I just put the specific frame inside the stream. So yeah, my personal.
Oh, he is so cute.
Yeah, he is really cute, and I guess it takes some.
Yeah, sorry for my delayed reaction. I want to delay so I can't see him straight away, but oh, he is adorable.
It's okay. It's okay. The delay is acceptable because I can't really multitask screen sharing, so it's a bit hard, I guess. Wait, am I streaming?
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Oh no, maybe because I'm screen sharing the wrong thing.
Yeah, I wondered why you were screen sharing that, but I decided I wouldn't want to disturb
Oh
you. So.
no. Okay, this is bad. Okay, let me see. Okay, yeah, definitely. All right. So, for me, I have very interesting stories with strays. Besides, my neighbors being neighborhoods where stray packs are really huge. It's a big thing in Malaysia. Stray packs are usually a problem. The authorities will have to be called to put them down or just scatter them, capture them.
Put him down.
That's the cooler part, but the most part, I think a lot of them either get cleaned up and then get to sent to pet rescue shelters. So that's the best part of it all. And in particular, there was one I have a pet group right now on my phone, WhatsApp group, that is like full of people who look for strays in my local apartments neighborhood and rehabilitate them. And
Oh, that's so nice.
it's a very nice community. Can be a bit overzealous, but in the name of love and dogs.
Absolutely. I would absolutely do something like that if we had any strays here, which I'm grateful we don't, because it means all the dogs are cared for.
Yeah, and there's also neutering courses, but I'm digressing because my story does not actually take place in the group. It actually took place in retail.
Oh, okay.
So I work part-time in a store in Malaysia called Pets More, which is mostly based on, selling dog breeds that are pure and then selling dog stuff. Paraphernalia, and then after that we had cat stuff. So I was working at a time, and PetSmart was a particularly troubled place with developments and whatnot. But after a while, I managed to bring the whole business back together. That it wasn't just me; it was everyone else. But when I was working there, and like the final weeks of my part-time shift there was a lady who came by, and she had she came to us saying, can you guys groom my strayed mongrel? And I had which is a good cause, but
Yeah.
what actually happened was something I don't feel very proud of. We had to make sure that mongrel was like cleaned up and had been vaccinated, properly medicated. The lady had said none of those things happened to the dog, so per the cost and per company policy, I had to reject the dog. So yeah, she got pretty incensed about that until everyone got involved, including the groomers themselves, who had to tell her like, no, we cannot do this because your dog is not medicated. It is filthy, it has ticks, and it'll probably be very troublesome for every other dog in the grooming session. So
that sounds like more a job for the vets first before the groomers.
Basically it's like the vets first, and it was kind of scary hearing that. Actually, she was downright furious and called us monsters. I was like, lady, we're trying to do a job here.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to think about the health of the other dogs too, and there's no reason why she can't take him to the vets to get cleaned up and then come for grooming later. But a groomer and a vet are two different people, two different jobs.
That's the same. It's just a bit scary. I don't know. Okay, so we reached the time limit. So what do you think of the
Oh, before we do it, I did just send you a picture of Rocky, the dog who
yeah.
escaped through the 7-foot fence. If you are interested to put it up, then you have that.
Yeah. I
picture.
see it right now. Unfortunately, since the time limit up, we can't share it. So, sorry about that. Oh no, the time limit is up. Okay, so what is our final verdict on mongrels as in a general breed? What about yours, Pochik?
So I feel like mongrels are too often treated badly or looked down on for not being pure breeds. But really, any dog that's a cross of two dogs is a mongrel. And I just don't think it's fair that they get a lower rating than other dogs. So in protest against how poorly treated they are by some people, I would like to give them an equal rating to what I gave my own dogs, and I would like to give them an 11 out of 10.
Yeah. You know what? You present a very good set of points. I would like to do the same, especially as I have experiences with individuals who own mongrels, and they are very friendly people, and the dogs are very loving. So you know what? We're gonna put that as an 11 out of 10. All right, mongrels get 11 out of 10. Don't look down on them, because if you raise them right, they are good companions for life. All right. So now we're going to move on to our next dog. Let's go. You got any other stories you want to share about Rocky? Do you ever see him again, actually?
I didn't see him, although something interesting happened. I was walking through my local area, and I saw a lady walking a German Shepherd cross that looked exactly like him. And I heard her say to him, "Rocky, do you want a treat?" And I thought, "Oh, it's Rocky." So I went over and I said, "Oh, is this Rocky?" And she said, "Yes." And I said, "Oh, I'm the one that helped him out the other day when he went on his big adventure."
Mhm.
And she said, "What big adventure?" And I said, "When he escaped and I took him to the vets." And she said, he never escaped.
Uh-uh.
Are you thinking of a different dog?" And I was like, "Seriously? There's two dogs in my housing estate called Rocky who are the same breed?"
Really? No way.
Yeah, apparently there's like another dog called Rocky, same breed, looks just like him. But like looking closer at him and holding up the photo I had, I could see it wasn't him. It was just a very similar
Oh
dog.
my god, I swear, you your dog experiences are so much more fascinating than mine.
No.
Oh my goodness. All right. So, the next dog on the stream will be the very fascinating looking Chow Pei, which is a mix of a Chow Chow and a Sharpei, two Chinese dogs which was crossbred in America. So, what the
Sorry. I'm sorry, I knocked my teaspoon over.
Yes. Okay. So a Chow Pei, I actually have experience with Chow Chows. A Sharpei, no, I've never seen a Chow. I never seen a Sharpei. But apparently, if you look at them when they're young, they look like a cake.
Yes, I have seen one Sharpei, and it was a puppy, and he was just a wrinkly mess. He was adorable.
Like I find it very interesting that this Sharpei breed is very wrinkly. Like, what causes it to be wrinkly? Is it because of their ancestry in China?
I think that they were bred to look that way just for appearance purposes, for like dog shows and that sort of thing.
Ah, I see.
I think it's a purely aesthetic thing, not a functional thing.
Ah, I see. So yeah. So Sharpei. So today's dog. We chose this breed because a friend of mine called Genesis submitted their dog named Grizzly, who is a Chow Pei on the left. And we're gonna. Okay, I think the best option we can do is to cover all three grounds: Sharpeis, Chow Chows, and Chow Peis. So, do you have any experience with any of the three dog breeds?
You know, I have never once seen a Chow Chow. Never seen one in my life. I guess that they're not suitable for the climate here, like the opposite problem as German Spitz and Shelties, but I've never seen a Chow Chow. I've only seen a Sharpei once, which was when I took Miku to his puppy training classes, and there was one Sharpei there. It's possible I saw a Chow Chow when I went to the dog expo because they had examples of so many different breeds. So they must have had a Chow Chow there somewhere, but I have no memory of it. That they're almost unheard of here.
Oh my goodness,
They're
what the
very
heck
rare.
am I? Are you seeing this on my screen share? What?
Yeah, I've seen
is
this. What? For the people who can't see, Googling Chow Chow apparently brings up a picture of a very unsettling looking baby doll.
There's a lot of babies. Oh, but it brings up an anime dog called Chow Chow. They're just Chinese kids here. What the heck?
Isn't it spelled C-H-O-W? Or is it C-H-O-U?
C-H-O-U. So this is a Chow Chow. I don't really know how to show it, the audience, but we're looking at it right now, and I actually have personal experience with a Chow Chow because you can actually find them.
Oh.
You can actually find them being sold in well, since our country has a very diverse ethnic group which includes Chinese, so you can kind of find a lot of Chow Chows. And I think the idea of a Chow Chow is quite interesting because if you can see like the statues of like Chinese dog dragons, they kind of look like Chow Chows. Like you seen the pictures? Yes, this is a Chow.
Yeah, I've seen pictures.
They're huge dog.
Oh, Miku and Toby have something to say about what's going on, apparently.
They heard the Chow Chow thing and was like, that's a dog bigger than us? Okay.
They hear me talking about another dog.
Okay, so yeah, as you can see, they're very Chinese oriental in nature, which is quite curious because more than often, I don't really see them that much. It's like even owners that have Chow Chows, they either keep them gated in or they just don't bring them out, or they just live in places that I don't even have access to.
I see. So they're more expensive type dogs?
Mm-hmm. So let me see. Chow Chow dog. Oh, it's actually called Chow Chow.
Yes, that's what I thought it was.
Okay, so they're like 20 inches long. They have a really tough skull, apparently. Like all dogs have tough skulls, but yeah, we're just gonna look this up in the background because I don't really know how to tolerate being alone. Well, you're wrong about cold weather because it's really good with cold weather.
Huh, that's interesting. It tolerates cold weather really well, but doesn't tolerate hot weather very well.
Oh,
I'm surprised that we don't see more of them here. Maybe it's just a matter of expense?
maybe it's just a Chinese thing.
Maybe.
His looks might make you think he's mean or ill-tempered, but a well-bred and well-raised Chow isn't aggressive. Yes, it says here, Chow combines the nobility of a lion, the drollness of a pet. What the heck is droll? Do you know what that is?
Droll?
Mm-hmm. Do you know what that is?
You know, the word rings a bell. I have heard the word before. I'm gonna look it up.
Oh, there goes a mechanical keyboard.
Yeah, I know. I have regrets over this keyboard. Curious or unusual in a way that provokes dry amusement.
Ah, I see. So he just looks very... He looks very...
Funny, I guess.
Yeah,
Goofy.
funny. So, yeah, that's it. And, yes, as I am right, I'm proven right because it says he is also dignified and aloof, as befits a breed that was once kept in imperial Chinese kennels. So this dog is very territorial and does not do very well with people unless you train him a lot more. What potential for mouthiness? Oh,
Mouthiness? Oh, barking.
Oh no, nip, chew, and play bite.
Oh, I see.
I see. So prey driving.
They're so floppy and cute looking.
Yeah, but he's the Chow Chow looks a very heavy dog. Now, let me reload it. The Chow Pei in general, I'm not really sure how to describe a Chow Pei because I've never seen one. And as Genesis noted in his post, a Chow Pei is actually very rare. I have never seen a Chow Pei ever, at all. I have never seen a Chow.
No, I've never even seen a Chow Chow, let alone a Chow Pei.
I know. It's like, all right, so we're gonna give out a, we're gonna look at a video sent by Genesis. So if you want to go check him out, hold on.
Hiya, Grizzly.
Oh, there he is. So here it is. This is gonna be a video of a Chow Pei for the first time ever anyone is seeing. So this Genesis, this is one for you. Here you go.
Hiya, Grizzly.
It's so cute, but you can see, oh, look at it, like it's huge, and the funny,
he's so big.
Yep, and apparently Genesis.
Look at that wobbly Chow.
Yeah, let's watch it again. Look at the wobbly, look at that wobbly nose, like, man. So yes, this is a Chow Pei. And I don't really know. It's a very strange looking dog. And you know what? And the more I look at it, and you know what? The funny thing that Genesis told me, this dog is actually in Britain.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I can imagine there must be at least
A few.
There must be one somewhere, but I've never seen one. I guess they're pretty rare. I mean, it's novel for sure.
Yeah.
He gets points for being rare.
So yes, it gets a lot of points for being like the super rare breed that none of us have seen. We love dogs and we've never seen this dog before.
No, I mean I've heard the name Chow Chow, but I've never seen one. I didn't know what one looked like until now.
Have you viewers seen a Shar-Pei before or a Chow Chow? I've never seen one. If you guys know anyone with one or like there is a Genesis, please let me know because I do not know what these dog breeds are.
Yeah.
All right. So, since actually we don't have much to say, why I propose we move on into the rating section. Would you like to do?
Absolutely. Would you like to take the lead on this one since I took the lead on the last one?
All right, I'll take the lead on this one. And overall, I'll rate it from both dogs' perspective. A Shar-Pei, honestly, I don't really know much about the breed, except it probably has the same temperament as a Chow Chow, like a very guard-looking dog. So points out for the, the potential guard duty that this guy can pull off. He'll be a mean canine dog. A Chow Chow, also the same thing, but has a very unique feature of a blue-black tongue. So that's points for...
Oh, I hadn't noticed that until you pointed it out.
Yes, they have blue-black tongues like a skink. Like a lizard.
Oh.
And with that nobility of a lion gig that it's going for, a Chow-Pei combines these both and really makes this cute-looking dog that can be raised and be very fluffy, but at the same time, you can rely it for protecting you whenever you're unsafe. So overall, I think I'm going for its pure noble status and its very different nature for the dogs we've covered so far. I'm gonna have to give the Chow-Pei a 11 out of 10.
Well, for me, the big draw to it is just I've never seen one before, so it earns massive points for rarity for me, and the wobbly jowl just puts over the edge. The video with the wobbly nose that pushes me over the edge. I have got to agree and give 11 out of 10.
I know. Okay, so we're both gonna give this dog an 11 out of 10. Yes, so a Chow-Pei Genesis, your dog Grizzly is an 11 out of 10. It's very rare and we've never seen it before. Congratulations, you've hit the jackpot.
Absolutely, well deserved.
Well deserved. All right, so now we're gonna move on to the next dog. Let me guess, what other dog can we cover? Let me see here.
Yeah, on the topic of rare dogs, there was one I saw when I went to this dog expo, and this was years ago, and I'm still talking about it now. But there was a dog that had natural dreadlocks all over, so he just had these huge tufts of hair, fist-sized tufts of hair all over him, and the owner told me apparently that's totally natural. And I don't think we're reviewing him today because, well, they are super rare. The owner told me there's 3 of them in the UK, just 3.
Three of what dog?
Yeah, just these dogs that have natural dreadlocks. I'll see if I can find
a dreadlock dog? I've never seen that before. That is very fascinating.
Dog. Yeah, but apparently the owner told me that the dreadlocks grow naturally. Oh, Puli. P-U-L-I.
That is very interesting dog. I've never heard of that before.
Yeah. And apparently those dreadlocks are totally natural, totally healthy. That's how they're supposed to look.
Really?
Yeah. And Bergamesco apparently also have that type of dreadlock.
I see. Like, we can cover this on the side if we're free. So, okay, let me see. What is the next dog we are going to cover? We are going to cover a Maltese. So...
Oh, I love Maltese.
So, Malteses are very small dogs. Again, toy breeds. And I have one of these. And he's called Walter. Walter White.
Oh, Walter.
Yes. So, what can I say about Maltese? Very easy to keep as well. I think you see a lot of people like looking after this dog as well. And in Malaysia, the short hair, as you can see in the photo, the Maltese is actually really easy to keep in terms of like hair quality and whatnot. Temperament-wise, you could hear him kind of barking in the background. So yeah, you have to be careful.
Yeah,
they can get very, very socially anxious about a lot of things.
Yeah. I've had one encounter with a purebred Maltese, which was, again, I was at this dog expo. This is where I've met the most dogs, but they had a dish of Maltese, just a huge dish, which was basically a playpen for about a dozen Malteses, and they would do tiny little fluff balls, just jumping and tumbling over each other.
Oh my god.
They were adorable.
my
Oh,
goodness.
so lovely.
Yeah.
You see quite a lot of Maltese crosses here, but it's a little rarer to see a pure breed just because crosses tend to be a bit more popular.
I see. So yeah, Maltese is like it's just directly a very cute dog to have. Very easy to keep. Although I do have to say, I don't know whether it's specific to to Walter, my Maltese, but they have a tearing problem where they're okay. So I think we can talk more about dog healthcare and that how dogs sometimes can have, you know, tears coming out, excessive tears to the point where it kind of, you know, messes up their eye hair and whatnot. My dog had this. Do your dogs have this problem?
Oh, really? No, my dogs, unfortunately, my dogs have never had that problem. I mean, Miku gets a little bit of gunk in the corner of his eyes, but never to the point he has to have it cleaned.
Ah.
And also their fur's dark enough, I don't think you would ever notice, even if it stained their fur.
Okay, I see. That's very fascinating. So yeah, for health problems, my Maltese, I don't really know. The eye duct thing could be a potentially unsafe thing, but so far all it has done is just stain the eyes red. Do you have
Red?
Yeah, red. The hair is just like red around the eyes. They're a bit red. You have to clean up with a wet cloth.
Oh, wow, okay. How often do you have to do that?
I would have to do it around every time I wash him, but nowadays with a supplement that he's taking, he no longer has like the red spot anymore. But back then we had to do it like every 2-3 days, or every time we slept.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
Oh, that's quite frequent.
it's pretty gnarly, but it doesn't really seem to affect him. And Maltese, as far as I can tell, are very hardy dogs.
Yeah, they seem to be always very energetic. The ones I've met, anyway, seem to be extremely energetic.
Mine may be socially anxious, but he loves being coddled with like everybody. Like he just loves people, and he will hug them to no ends.
Oh, that is so cute.
And whenever he goes out for a walk, he's just excited, just very happy.
And can they walk very far?
They can actually, but they do tire out a little earlier than other dogs. So I guess they're really more like home dogs, apartment dogs. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I guess all dogs need to walk a little way,
Yeah.
even if it's not far.
Do you have any other stories about Malteses before I share mine?
Yeah, I haven't had a lot of encounters with the pure breeds, but there is one Maltese cross that recently moved into my area. She's only a puppy, about 2 months old, and every time I see her, she gets so excited to see a person, any person, that she just trips over herself and ends up falling onto the ground and just laying on the ground, wagging her tail.
Oh my goodness, really? That is so cute. Also, apparently,
It is
also the
adorable.
picture from my Maltese is like taking up like the entire screen. Welcome to the
That's okay.
welcome to the iPhone's resolution where it's so freaking clear you can literally just put any picture and just shrink it down and it'll be really, really clear. So viewers, the reason why I covered Maltese is because I submitted my Yorkshire. Now behold, my Maltese. This is Walter. He is a very cute dog, very funky. Let me see if I can go get him.
Oh, I love Walter.
So you guys can comment.
Look at that little face.
You guys can comment on him while I kind of disappeared to go and grab him.
Yeah, so I noticed he's got sort of slightly milky eyes. My dog has the same. I guess that's just because he's an old man, but he's such a charming face. And you were right, I don't see any red marks, so clearly you've done a good job on his eyes. And I know that you were grooming him as well. And I think Maltese, they don't really shed, so they're one of these dog breeds where you have to be trimming them and brushing them pretty frequently. I think they'd be fairly prone to dreadlocks if you didn't. And I noticed he has so floppy ears, which is adorable. And I think floppy ears are more prone to infection, but they're also so adorable.
And you can be right about that because I'm smelling his ears and they're smelly as hell. So
Oh, Walter.
yes, Walter is now with me. He is a very small dog and he makes a lot of noise when other dogs are barking. So yes, he's just like he's younger actually than my Yorkshire, but compared to Morris, this guy is huge.
Really?
No, not huge, just quite big. Yeah, like I'm holding in my arm.
Maltese are usually so small.
This is definitely small, but compared to my Yorkshire, he's bigger. And yes,
Wow.
those white spots you can see on his eyes, those milky stuff, that's cataracts. So he's
I see.
yes, he is blind. Apparently, he's very blind.
Oh, poor baby.
Which means bringing him,
My-
bringing him out of walks is also kinda kind of difficult. But it's okay. If he's happy, he's happy. Right now, he's not very happy because he doesn't like being carried up.
Oh, bless him.
Bless you.
Yeah, my older dog Miku is starting to get that milkiness in his eyes, but
Yeah.
as far as I can tell, he can still see okay. It's just an age thing.
Yeah, it's an age thing, but I think Malteses are also quite vulnerable to it. I'm also hugging.
I see.
Yeah, I'm hugging him right now, and he's just very comfortably. He's just very scared of height.
Oh, give him extra hugs from me. I would love to be giving Walter a hug right now.
Hey, look, Coco. He doesn't want to. He's very scared.
Oh, Walter, you scaredy cat.
So yes, he has as cute as he is, and sometimes a lot of times he doesn't get along with other dogs. So bringing him out to a place called Desa Park City, where dogs are allowed to roam around in a park, he doesn't like anyone at all.
Oh no.
he snarls at the dogs who sniff his butt too much, except for Morris. He allows that.
Oh, Morris is a special guy, clearly.
They're both brothers.
We don't have any dog parks around here, really. There's no way you can let your dog... Oh, there's a farmer's field that you can pay him £10 and he'll let you go in the field. But there's
Oh
not
my
a proper
goodness,
dog
that is so
park.
cool. So, if you ever wanted to know about a dog park in London, you can go to Pochik and she'll lead you to like a way to go and walk your dogs there.
Here? Oh, I'm not in London. I'm in I'm near Stonehenge in Wiltshire,
Yeah.
which is about 80 miles from London. But I'm sure London must have dog parks. But out here in the countryside, we don't really have enough people for there to be business for a dog park. It's just one of the local farmers has penned off one of his fields for dogs. If you want to pay him a small fee, you can go and let your dog run free there.
That's true. Wait, that's not true. I don't even know the place. I'm just looking at my dog. He's very sad sitting on the bed. Maybe he's just tired already.
No.
So yes,
that's so
Maltesers,
sweet.
yeah, as far as I can tell about the cataracts thing, I guess that's a big point of worry for a lot of dogs. If they're older and they start to get these genetic issues, there's nothing much you can do about that. Vets will usually just tell you surgery is too risky. So for Walter, he's unfortunately like this until he passes on. So it's not a big deal. He has this other sensors to rely on, but it does mean he bumps into things quite a fair bit.
Well, for dogs, their sense of smell is so much more important that I would imagine he probably gets by okay as long as he's oriented in a place that he's familiar with.
Yeah, and you know what? If he's not familiar with anyone, he just goes to like the next person.
Oh.
And usually, since both of
wonderful.
my dogs sleep with me, they sleep on the bed, and Walter will be the one curling up to me. Okay, now I've talked too much about my dog, and I have to bonk myself. Ow! All right, so Maltese as a breed, how would you rate it? It was like
Now, since you own one, I think you get first say if you've got a strong opinion.
first say, I don't know whether my specific way of raising my Maltese has made a dog that's somewhat socially anxious but very loving towards humans, but I can say my Maltese is very forgiving of people, and he although he causes quite a bit of trouble by following the other brother, he does pretty well on his own, and yeah, he's very affectionate, so that's a big point for me. He's very active, he loves to play, he has learned how to play fetch.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Now that is surprisingly rare.
Yes, he's learned how to play fetch, and he listens out by ear, which is quite interesting. Not smell, ear.
Oh, wow. Wow. Oh, that's so smart.
He has a fear of height, so I'm not sure if that's something that he just doesn't...
How does he know if he's high up, though?
He just hunkers down and does not move, so yes.
Oh, bless him. That is so cute.
Bless your soul, put it down a bit now. So as I have a personal bias towards this dog, I am naturally inclined to give this an 11 out of 10. What about you?
Well, I haven't
okay,
had
now
a
he's
lot of
barking.
experience with... Oh, he does he think he should have been given a 12? I'm sorry, Walter. I'm so sorry.
Should we give him a 12?
Well, I haven't had a lot of experiences with Malteses myself, but the ones I have seen are absolutely adorable. And I love how sassy Walter is. I'm all about sassy Walter. So I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to say he gets an 11 out of 10.
Yep, that's another 11 out of 10 for us. So Maltesers as a general breed, 11 out of 10. But my dog is a special 11 out of 10.
Yeah. 11 out of 10 with a special little star and a heart.
Oh my goodness, that is the cutest one. All right, so we are closing. I think it's almost time that we should end this segment. So, let's see. The next few dogs, the last few dogs we're gonna review is gonna be quite simple. And she has talked about this dog in particular. And this dog is, where is that breed already? I don't know. There are so many dog pictures here. I can't tell which one is which. Which one is which?
Did you want a lightning round a few of these since we've got a fair few?
What?
Did you want to lightning round this? Like, do some quick fire dog ratings?
No, we will.
Like what 1 minute dog ratings, or you want to go for 10 minutes still?
10 minutes will be good. We can keep the selection for you and then people. Where is this dog? Oh, I see it. Wait, is this? Oh no, this is this guy. I don't know. Where's the Chihuahua? I don't see it. Okay, so the next dog we're gonna review is Pochik's other dog, which is a Chihuahua Absol, and then apparently I don't have a picture of it, so we're gonna wait while I found it. But you like to talk anything about your dog?
Yeah, so I've already talked about him a fair bit because you already saw his picture. But yeah, so he's Chihuahua Lap. So both of those breeds are very hot weather dogs. So he adores the hot weather, to the point that if there's a sunny day, he will go outside and lay on the hot concrete until he's panting and exhausted, and I have to keep an eye on him and bring him in because he just doesn't know his limits. When it comes to the heat, he wants to be as hot as possible, even if it's to detriment of his health.
Ooh.
But he's 10 years old, so he's very sort of lazy. He's just enjoying his retirement. This entire time, with the exception of the time I called Toby over, the entire time he's just been sitting on my bed, completely out of it. I mean, his eyes are open, he's awake, but he just doesn't want to move his body too much. He's very floppy and lazy. And that fourth picture along from the top there, on what you're looking at, the white faced dog, that looks a lot like that one. That looks a lot like Miku.
You should look at the picture I picked for this stream. All right, so this is a Chihuahua Absol. I should have started the timer. You know what? I'm starting to realize a problem. I don't think I can keep up with the timer because I'm just staring at like multiple things. Okay, so
just take a minute or two off of it.
It's 7 minutes now. Okay, so this is the puppy version of a Chihuahua Absol. Is this the correct dog? Am I looking at it correctly?
They look similar, and I do think Miku looked a little similar to that when he was a puppy, but he's black and white, so I think maybe that defines some of his facial features a bit more. Miku's got much more of a mustachy face,
nice.
And a big old floppy fringe. Yeah, he's had quite a lot of health issues, which I don't know if it's to do with the breed or just him. He's got a skin condition, and he's always chewing himself sore because he's allergic to everything. So he's always chewing himself and has to be medicated, which costs me an absolute fortune. But you know what? He's worth it. He's my baby, so of course he's worth it.
Wait, that is a bit concerning. Like, is it the specific breeds combined? Because as far as I know, Chihuahuas are also prone to disease. And I've worked with a Chihuahua, and oftentimes he's just sick from eating food.
Yeah, and Miku is sick all the time. He's always throwing up. He's always allergic to something, and he's always down the vets. And the vets say he's just one of those dogs. He's just a problem dog. But, I don't mind. He's my baby. I love him, and I will spend as much money as needed.
Problem.
And he's insured, so worst case scenario, he's insured for whatever he needs. But, geez, he needs a lot of vet bills.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, no. So, yeah.
But he makes up for it with being very, in a tsundere way, very loving.
Yep. So, what about the particular breeds that make up this dog, that dog breed? What about the Chihuahua and the Lhasa Apso?
So Chihuahua, I think most people know Chihuahuas, but a lot of people don't like them because they see them as yappy. But like any dog, they are how you train them. A lot of people let their Chihuahuas get yappy and aggressive because if it's a small dog, it's very easy to just dismiss that behavior and not discipline, not train them because, they're too small to do any real damage. But they can be as well behaved as any other dog. The only problem that with Chihuahuas that Miku definitely inherited, that is pretty common, is that they're very, very difficult to house train. Very difficult. And at this point, Miku, he's 10 years old, so he's fully house trained. But it took a lot longer than average to house train him because he's just a little bit dumb. He's just a little bit dumb, and he just doesn't quite understand. And Lapsos, they're the dog that kind of looks like, if you've seen the Addams Family, they look like Cousin It, like that creature with the long hair that goes all the way down to his feet.
Or like a sentient,
Like, they're
like a sentient mop bucket.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
are like a sentient mop.
We're looking at a picture.
They
We're
are-
looking at a picture of a Lhasa Apso, and he just looks like a mop.
Yeah, they just look like a mop, and because their hair will grow and grow and grow, and that's the hair Miku's inherited. If I don't chop his hair will just grow indefinitely, basically, until it's on the floor and dragging on the floor. So I always just cut it short for his comfort and for mine, because once their hair grows long, it tangles so easily. You get loads of dreadlocks. So he's a high maintenance boy, but you know, he's worth it. He's absolutely worth
Well,
it.
that's the story for like a lot of dogs. A lot of them are like high maintenance. So you guys, if you are considering to get dogs, you have to be very careful what kind of dogs you're getting. So yes, this is it. This is a Lhasa Apso right now. Looking, that's just Chewbacca.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
Easily.
The picture I've chosen is literally Chewbacca. What the heck?
You know, whenever people see Miku, they're always making Chewbacca noises at him. They either say he looks like Chewbacca or he looks like a gremlin.
Oh no, really?
When he's wet, when he's had a shower, and you can see his chihuahua sort of bone shape underneath, he absolutely looks like a gremlin.
Okay, so I think for the sake of this review, I think Lhasa Apso will be a more interesting because I've never seen a Lhasa Apso all that often in life. I've seen it once or twice, but I've never seen it in particular. So let me see if I have that picture. Chihuahuas in particular, they're not as naughty, but I've interacted with a puppy, and every time I let the dog out, and he's just very excitable. He just goes everywhere. Not she goes everywhere.
Yeah, they are so little bundles of energy, and they do need quite a lot of output. I mean, obviously it's proportional to their size. So Miku, for example, even when he was young, couldn't walk more than a couple of miles before he was completely exhausted, because those little legs, that must seem a long way for him, but when they're full of energy, they are full of energy.
There you go. That's just Chewbacca.
It's Chewbacca the Lapso. Yeah, you do get a few Lapsos around here, but people very rarely grow their hair out. People only grow their hair out if they're like a show dog. And you are entering dog shows, because otherwise it's just too much maintenance for the average person.
I know,
to deal
it's
with.
crazy as well. I don't even know how people manage to do it.
Yeah, there's I would say 95% of people who have a Lapso or a Lapso cross
Yes.
are like me. They just cut their hair short because it's way easier.
Oh my goodness. So, Chihuahua, anything else on Lhasa Apsos? Do you have any particular stories with one? Anything quickly you can share?
Well, they come from Nepal, I think, Tibet.
Tibet?
So,
Really?
yeah, Tibet. Because where's Lhasa? Because Lhasa is a city Lhasa is a city in China. So I guess they come from the Tibetan China.
Oh, I see. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's where they come
just
from.
found a Lapso and he just looks like a rat.
Yeah, I'm seeing what you're seeing, and that basically looks like Miku when he's had a bath and still drying
that's
off.
just a rat face.
The one to the left of that looks exactly like Miku. Or I could just share you a picture of Miku for you to put on the
this
screen
one?
if you'd like.
One? Oh, this one.
No. The one, yeah, that one. That looks exactly like Miku when he was a puppy.
Oh, so cute.
But I have got a million pictures of Miku. I shared you one of Miku and Toby, but I could try and
You
find
got 30
one of just
seconds?
him.
Alright, okay, so we're gonna move on to
Oh no!
we're gonna move on to the rating section. So, how would you rate Miku your cheat? I don't know how to say this dog's name.
I just say Chihuahua Lapso Cross.
I just say Chipso.
Yeah, I mean, I sent you a picture of him laying in the sunlight being a pile of fluff.
Oh.
But since I gave Toby an 11 out of 10, frankly, it would be very irresponsible and cruel of me not to give Miku an 11 out of 10, and also he'd probably disown me and never talk to me again.
Okay, so I guess from that answer, your answer will be 11 out of 10 as well. Okay, you can.
It has to be 11
Okay,
out
I'm
of 10.
gonna have to give you the bunk now.
Ah!
Okay, we spent 10 minutes talking about this dog. Okay, so for me, Lhasa Apso, the breed itself, from what you told me of Miku, he sounds like a very grumpy dog with a lot of heart, and so that automatically gets 11 out of 10. But the maintenance could be a little bit kind of hard because of how fast it can grow its hair. So yeah, that would be a bit of worry for me personally. But it doesn't matter. 11 out of 10. I love the last episode from the looks of it. All right.
He's a cutie. He might act soon, but he secretly loves everyone.
Yep, and that's how all dogs do. All right. So as you can see, it is 9:30. Unfortunately, this does mean it's the end of the segment. So, wait, not end of the segment. Would you like to review one last dog?
Sure. Why don't you pick one that you were really hoping to get to? And let's make sure we get it done.
All right. So, what is the dog that I want?
There's the one that's close to your heart.
Yes, let's think of a dog that we can review. All right, you ready for this?
Because I could sit here and talk about dogs all day. Yep. Oh, and speak of the devil, Miku's just walked into the room looking very angry at the fact that we've only given him 11 out of 10.
All right, so you ready for the last dog of the day?
Absolutely.
All right, so the last dog of the day is a Zinogre. So yeah, the surprise is it can be any kind of dog. I didn't have to limit myself to just real dogs, and Zinogre technically counts because he's a lupine wyvern. And Pochik, do you have anything to say first of all, because you're not familiar with the games they come from?
No, but the only experience I have with this dog, and I will call him a dog, is from watching your Monster Hunter stream. That is all I know about him. But I know that he hatches from an egg, and I am absolutely in favor of a dog that hatches from an egg. That's amazing.
Yes, this dog does indeed hatch from an egg, because technically we call it a dog, but it's called the Fanged Wyvern. So yes, the Zinogre technically is a dog. As you can see, it has a mount on the back, so this is from the Monster Hunter Stories edition, so you can ride the dog. I can't.
Now that is just excellent. Not a dog that not only hatches from an egg, but you can ride the dog.
You can ride.
That's like my dream, to have a dog big enough I can ride him as a mount.
It's like a giant greyhound. It goes really fast, and in case you want to screw up anybody, it just murders them with a... Oh yeah, okay, so for those not in the know of what a Zinogre is a fanged wyvern found in Monster Hunter, and it originated from Monster to Try Portable Try, and is a monster highly associated with lightning, as you can see from the power from its shoulders. A lot of fur. So this monster has absolute control. This dog has absolute control. Keep calling it a dog. As you can see from the way it walks, it really carries itself with a very dog-like, a wolf-like stance, if you call it that. But as you guys know, wolves are also the goodest boys. Don't you agree?
Absolutely. Wolves definitely fall into the category of good boys, especially wolf corgis.
So yes, Zinogres are very good boys, because mostly if you don't call them good boys, they'll destroy you.
Yeah, there is that.
So yes, my personal experiences with the Zinogre has been nothing but equal traits. I am sad to say this on stream, but the Zinogre is a monster I tend to capture, but I also murdered them.
No! Oh, you get a 0 out of 10
I'm
for
getting
that.
a 0. I'm getting a
10.
0. Sorry guys, this is for everybody's sake. I will have to make myself a 0. Sorry everybody.
Extra bonk, just for that.
So this is me now. This is me. I am now the 0 out of 10. Because I do not treat Zinogres well, so I am now a 0 out of 10.
That's unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable.
So, what else can I say?
I'm cancelling you.
No! No, I'm a 0 out of 10 and you're already cancelling me.
Yeah. I expect a YouTuber apology video by this time tomorrow.
Okay, so to discuss more about the Zinogre's moves, it can do a variety of very interesting undog-like moves. It can do backflips for one, which is
Backflip?
yeah, backflips and dance battling. I don't know of a dog that knows.
Okay, wow.
I don't know of a dog that I don't know if there's a dog. Oh, Endo's here.
Oh, hey, Endo.
Hello, Endo. We're reviewing the last dog of today is a Zinogre. Technically, this is considered a lupine wyvern, so that's why I'm including it.
Bonus content, doggo from egg.
We've gone from real dog to the last one being a kind of dog, but not really a dog. I could have chosen the Palamutes from Rise, but you know what? Endo was never here. I see. I see. This is how it is.
You just imagined it.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. You know what? I don't know who Endo is. Where's my mod? Ban him. Anyway, Zinogre has a very wide variety of moves, and it makes me quite interesting how they designed this character to resemble a fighting game character more than like an actual real life being, because he can do kick flips, he can do spin attacks and spins basically, and shoot out lightning. Did a backslam to allow us to give him belly rub. Yes, we give him belly rubs with knives, very sharp knives.
Oh no! How could you?
Yes, he can land on his back, and yeah, you know what? And the Zinogre has a subspecies, a few subspecies basically. The first one is being the Stygian Zinogre, which trades out electricity for dragon energy. It still has bugs though, don't worry. It's a lot more.
I don't believe it. How poorly you treat this dog. I might take another point away from you. Make you a -1 out of 10.
Oh no! I'm sorry, guys. I have to put myself -9. -1. There you go. Sorry, guys. It's now -1.
Minus a point for every time I hear about some atrocity
He got flea.
committed.
Endo has said, yeah. Technically, you know what? The bugs that it stores on his back is fleas.
What?
Yes, that-
So you're not even giving him his proper flea medication? Bad owner.
Electric flea.
Oh.
I'm sorry. He keeps attacking me,
Unbelievable.
man. I don't know what to do.
Well, then that's because you've not trained him properly. There's
Really?
no such thing as a bad dog, just a bad owner.
No, I must.
Shame
No, I
on
must
you.
want to stories. You see me using this thing properly. It can be a good boy. It's just that the ones I fight in Monster Hunter will are bad boys.
He's a good boy. You're not the good boy, but the doggo
Okay,
is a good boy.
yeah, you know, well, it's a wild dog. Yeah, it's a wild big dog.
Wild dogs are good boys too.
All right, you know what? She has a fair point. I'm putting myself back to -2. The rating gets
Yeah.
lower. No one take care of it there. See, I am not responsible for this. People just call me.
We need to get those people who round up the stray dogs by your apartment complex. We need to get them out to round up the Zinogres and rehabilitate them.
No. Anyway, the Zinogre has a few subspecies. The one is Stygian, a lot more powerful by standards. There's also the Thunderlord deviant, which is well, same as electricity, but it has a lot more spikes and will probably kill you to death. A lot more powerful.
Okay, well,
yeah, what?
I mean, if you've got to go, at least going by dog, death by dog.
Yeah,
is
death by
probably-
dog. Zinogre is a particularly tricky enemy that I've fought, and unfortunately, I have fainted to the dog a few times.
Oh no.
No, that's a good thing, because you'll be like, oh, you're killing the dog, now he gets to kill me instead.
Absolutely. I mean, that's only fair, right? It's not sportsmanlike if he can't kill you back.
That's true. And particularly for Zinogres, they can come in multiple different forms. There is also Apex Zinogres, which are basically Thunderlords in Rise, but in another game, they're infected with a virus and become stronger there. So Apex monsters are very strong, and I wouldn't like to say it's got rabies, but I think it smells like rabies. It looks all weird and black all over.
Oh no! Someone needs to get him to the
And he
vet.
smells. He's got like this black aura coming off him. Like, I'm pretty sure that's just rabies.
I think Miku probably has that aura. He's in my lap now, and he stinks. Miku, I
He's
only
got a
just
black
bathed
aura.
you.
Yo,
How do you
Apex
stink?
Miku.
How do you stink this bad already?
Oh my goodness. All right. So, other than that, it also has it has a tempered form, which basically means it's more powerful. The dog is also very shiny when he's tempered, so the scales glow under the sun.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, that's cute.
The same colors though, but it's just very, very shiny. So, what else can I say about this dog? If you have him as a Monstie in Monster Hunter Stories, this dog is very reliable. It's like one of your biggest assets in terms of electricity damage, and can do speed moves, which means it is very powerful and will knock your opponent halfway across the room.
Oh wow,
Yeah, pretty much.
that's one powerful dog.
Yep. And this is why Zinogre for me is personally a very good dog, because if you train him well, he will serve you. You just gotta trim the nails and make sure they don't come out in weird angles, because if you see the feet, it kind of messed up, isn't it?
Yeah, I think someone hasn't taken him to the vets for his
Yeah,
skin.
his feet is not very healthy, man. What is that?
He's gonna have to have a dew claw removal if they don't take care of
I
that
know. Don't even get me started on neutering, because you can't even stop this thing from murdering the entire staff. It'll take the military to subdue it, not animal control.
You're gonna need more than a tranquilizer dart.
Oh yeah, he needs a tank with a tranquilizer shell. Then again, in Monster Hunter, you're literally walking tanks. So, as the final review, what would you say about this dog?
Well, I don't know this dog very well. However, you did have me at dog that hatches from an egg. And purely on the basis of the dog that hatches from an egg, I'm gonna...
You gotta think long and hard about this one.
It's the last one, so I want to make sure I do this right. He hatches from an egg, which is amazing. You don't treat them very well, which means I want to give him extra points for out of pity. They glow and shoot thunder, which is also amazing.
Thunder dog.
I'm gonna go with 11 out of 10.
You sure you don't want to do a small little private discussion? Talk about more of the merits of the dog.
See, I don't know this dog very well. I just know that he looks cool and hatches from an egg. I guess the downside is that his vet spills are probably very high and he probably eats a lot of food.
So yes, I can agree. So your final verdict for this dog is 11 out of 10?
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna allow it. 11 out of 10.
Alright, for me, since it's kicked my butt, I'm gonna give this dog an 11 out of 10 as well. It is a very cool dog, very well designed, taken from it takes from Japanese mythology. So yes, this is based on the Raiju from Japanese mythology. My tongue is dying already. Yeah, you know what, Pochik? I should give myself a -3 for that one.
Yeah, that was a pretty gross noise. So.
Yeah, I'm putting myself to -3. I'm sorry, everybody. So yes, I agree with Pochik's decision to place this dog as 11 out of 10. So if you ever want to pick up a Zenogre for adoption, you can't do that. They don't exist on Earth yet.
Go to your local adoption shelter instead.
Yep, and go rescue some other dogs. All right, with that actually marks the end. There is why is 11:10 on my face? I'm clearly my tongue is dying already. All right, so with that, we have come to the end of our dog review. Do you have any parting words that you want to part with our audience with?
Well, I'm not sure if I do, but let me see if Miku wants to say anything.
Miko, do you want to say anything?
Miku, I'll put the microphone. I'll turn the sensitivity right up so you can do me a little. You can do me a little sniffle if I turn the sensitivity right up. Off you go.
He doesn't want to make a single noise.
No, he's just turning his head away from the microphone like the tsundere he is. He's just
I retrieved Morris from my bed, and he's kind of pensive. He doesn't usually make a noise too, so he's right next to the microphone as well. You want to say
Morris just wasn't made for show business.
Morris, we call him the PR dog, so I don't know why he doesn't want to speak to the microphone. Will you like to speak to the microphone, Morris?
Morris, what's your word for the people?
Morris, speak. Speak.
I love you, Morris. I'm your biggest fan.
Oh my goodness, you got a fan. I think it's just very sticky. Okay, so with that, thank you everybody for coming to the dog review. This has been a really fun stream.
Yeah, absolutely. On my favorite topic for an hour and 3/4, I could not ask for anything better for my Wednesday afternoon.
I know, God, and you know what? I think all of us, as a bit weird as the end started out because of my choice of dog. You know what? I think I had a fun time interviewing. I had a fun time discussing all these dog breeds with Pochik here, and as you guys know, we are dog lovers, so automatically. A lot of dogs.
Did your stream just block out, or is it just me? Oh no, it was just me. My internet bugged out. Continue.
All right, so no, never mind. What I meant to say was today's stream, I think, was a huge success because we managed to cover all the viewers submitted dogs, and not only that. Wait, Taurus just gave me a response. Oh. His dog is named Arsene. His mongrel is named Arsene. So big shout out to the guys who submitted their own dogs, which is Charles, Friggin, Genesis, Pochik, and me. We have all submitted all of our dogs, and I think every one of us has come to an unanimous conclusion that dogs are 11 out of 10 in general.
Every dog. Clean sweep of 11 out of 10.
Yes.
Every dog is a very good boy slash girl.
This has been a very unbiased view. This has been a very unbiased review of the man's best friend. And trust me, we do not have an agenda to promote.
Yeah, this review is 100% based on the facts.
yeah, we've been researching. Trust me, we do R&D for these streams, man. We clearly just don't look at dogs and like, this dog deserves 11 out of 10 because it's cute. Trust us. We are professionals.
Yeah, this is facts. Like, you know, this is your premier source on dog facts, and the fact of the day is all dogs are 11 out of 10.
Yep, and I have a pet owner's basic grooming course certificate on my room, so you know I'm telling the truth.
That makes you an expert.
Yes, I am an expert.
Absolutely.
So, anyways, thank you everybody for joining the dog review stream. I hope everyone has had a fun time listening to us rate these dogs with the utmost of professionalism and sharing our stories. Pochik, is there any other words you would like to say? Not from you, actually, not from Miku.
From me? Well, you know, to be honest, I exist only as a caretaker for Miku, so anything I may have to say for myself is, you know, it's irrelevant. The only things I have to say that are relevant are the things I have to say about Miku, which is he is a very good boy.
Oh my god.
And also thank you for having me. It has been very fun.
You know, I'm thankful I had me on the show as well. Because I'm just the caretaker. Oh, he's just left a bit. I think he's going somewhere else now. Mars!
No, he's done
Where
with
you
you.
go? Oh, no.
His time is worth a lot of money.
Yeah, no,
so
he's just staring. He's
obviously-
staring at the exit. He wants to go. All right, so I guess with that concludes today's stream. Thank you everybody for coming to the dog review stream. We had so much fun pulling this off.
Absolutely.
There were more dogs we could review, but you know what? We have to make sure this doesn't go out of hand. So that's why I came up with the supreme idea of the timer, which I've completely failed because now it's already 1 hour 45 minutes. Well, you know,
an effort was made.
an effort was made. It's okay. I'll give myself a -2 out of that. One more point for effort.
Yeah, absolutely. You earn one back. You're still -2, but hey, that's better than -3.
Oh my goodness. So with that, thank you everybody for coming to the stream. I hope you guys have a good night. Oh, before I forget, Pochik, do you have anything going on this week?
This week?
Or like anything else?
You know what? I'm not doing anything else this week. My most prized appointment this week was dog reviewing with you. Other than that, I'm going to be sitting around and playing video games and doing my day job.
All right. Okay. So thank you everybody. So with that, Pochik, we're playing board games all day, and I'll be reading Ender's Game on Saturday at 3 p.m. I'm not streaming.
Yes, and I'll be listening while I lay in bed.
Oh no. So yes, maybe I'll just start doing audiobooks and sell them for like $2.
I always listen to your reading streams while I lay in bed on a Saturday morning.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. But yes, yes. Again, thank you. Big shout out to everyone for participating in this stream. It was a pretty silly stream, but you know what? I think as long as you guys have fun, as long as my co-host here, Pochik, had fun, that's okay. That makes me happy.
Absolutely.
Yep. So that's the essence of a good stream, right? I don't know. Okay, so with that, I guess that really actually concludes the stream. So mercenaries, I'll see you next time. Glory be a day. And again, big shout out to Pochik. Go check out her Twitter if you haven't yet. She's a really nice artist.
Oh, you're very sweet.
And she has her own business. Go support her there if you're in Britain.
Actually, I ship worldwide, so you can come visit me no matter where you are.
Exactly. And you can check her business out. And with that, I don't have no anything. I don't even know how to end the stream. You know what? I think I should just do this. I'm glad they're gone. Let's go back to the dogs.
Oh, sorry.
You know we're still live, right? I'm only putting the sound because I don't know how to end the stream.
Woof, 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 woof.
Ah!